all the bipartisanship that we're supposed to see until 2016. We're going to ask a Democrat who's never afraid to tell us what the White House and tell the White House what he thinks, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Elizabeth, Brian, and Steve. How are you all?
Good morning. Great.
Senator, what's going to happen with the XL pipeline? It's going to get to the president's desk. It's going to get vetoed. Then what?
It's just really a shame, Brian, because, you know, it was had 9 Democrats. It was a bipartisan bill, and in this toxic atmosphere, to have bipartisan bill, 9 moderate Democrats working with our friends on the Republican side and passing something forward, the president's got to make a decision on looking, and when we're working together, can he work with us? We're not going to go off the skids and work on the extremes. We're going to basically find the middle, if you will, and move forward. And this bill is very important. We just had a horrific train accident in West Virginia, as you know.
Yeah.
And we've been told, and basically I know, that if you move this oil by pipeline, it's much safer for the environment and safer for the people.
Absolutely.
Sure. Senator, are you prepared to perhaps vote with Republicans and vote against executive action here, as we seem to be entering into this era of the veto and executive action? Are you prepared to do that as a Democrat?
As it opposed to immigration?
Elizabeth, here's what I've said, and to all of you, is basically the president said many, many times, you know, that he would never do something as far as that far on immigration, as far as what executive orders. And then he went and did the executive orders. We passed a very comprehensive, a very bipartisan immigration bill. And the border control on that bill was done by my dear friends Bob Corker and John Hoeven, 2 Republicans. And we have a good piece of legislation. The House, unfortunately, can't seem to move anything on immigration. I've always said we should not fool with the Homeland Security. It should be a clean bill. We shouldn't send a signal that we can't even get by securing our nation without having it attached with riders or conditions. So I said to my Republican friends, give us a vote on a clean Homeland Security bill. I will support the actions as basically on a bill that would prevent the president from his executive actions. I would support and vote with him on that, but we need to have a clean vote on the Homeland Security bill.
It sounds like you're going to get your chance, because after
I hope so.
Guys from your and gals from your party, the Democrats, filibustered so far 4 times for Mitch McConnell, he's going to propose his Plan B, which is a standalone bill about executive amnesty, essentially, that they say is unconstitutional, separate from the Department of Homeland Security funding. So you're a yes with the Republicans on that, right?
Yes, yes, on that. I want to get a Homeland Security. Let's make sure we understand the filibuster. Basically, it takes 60 votes. If we filibuster, it takes 60 votes to get on the bill. Once you get on the bill, it only takes 51 simple majority. The bottom line, happy to debate the bills, happy to talk about them, but we have to have a Homeland Security bill that basically protects us with all of the threats we have going on here within our country and also around the world. With that being said, Brian, yes, if he'd give me a bill, let me vote on a clean Homeland Security. And I've told the Democrats, they know exactly where I stand. I think the president overreached, and I will be voting with the Republicans to repeal the president's actions, but not all encumbered.
How many other Democrats, sir, do you think would vote like you?
You know, I really can't speak for that, but if you want to work with the 9 of us who look at the 9 would be your obvious choice of people to look at, the 9 of us Democrats who voted for the Keystone Pipeline, you're going to find 9 to 15 moderate centrist Democrats, and any of those could, you need 6 of them.
Right.
Mitch is going to need 6.
Senator, I got to ask you, they said we're not going to fund Homeland Security because we're so against executive action. That's who we're going to look to stop it. They only got 53 votes. You did not vote with them. Before this vote took place, was Mitch McConnell working with you and the other 8 to try to get your vote? Was there some pressure or some conversation, horse trading before this?
Not with me, there wasn't. I'm not going to speak for the rest of them. And Mitch and I spoke at the beginning, and I just said, Mitch, I can't play politics with this. I just can't. And I know that this is the way it's given to you. I think the Senate Republicans would rather vote for a clean bill. I think they're trying to help the Republican and our friends on the House side. They're in a quandary right now. But we've got to put our priorities on who we are as Americans first. Rise above the Democrat and Republican jargon going back and forth. I've always said that. And I think you see me vote against the Democrats when they try to do some of the same things. I just don't think it's right.
I agree with you. And in the big picture, we got till Saturday to fund Homeland Security, so you're not going to go along with that. What is your view if the funding is not there after Saturday? Well, it would just allow these guys and these women to go to work and not get paid?
Well, that's a shame, too. You know, we have 600 people in just my beautiful state of West Virginia, 600 that work for Homeland Security, and it's a shame. If you think 14% of them will be furloughed, about 85 would be furloughed completely, and the rest would have to go to work not knowing when they're going to get their paycheck.
Sure.
We are a better country than this. We should not have to go through this, and it shouldn't be a temporary resolution. You know, CR, like we always say, kick the can down. Let's do it.
Yep.
I'm voting, and I've told the Republicans, let's vote for the clean Homeland Security bill. Let's come back, and we'll give you the vote, and I'll vote with you.
Well,
on
Steve
taking the
said
president's actions away.
this is your chance, Senator, and so Steve mentioned that. We're thankful for your time today and insight
Sure
on the whole
thing.
process. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Senator Joe Manchin, thanks.